Welcome to the School of Teaching ESL. This is Bernice Ege-Zavala, Director here at S-TESL, and I'd like to introduce you to the rewarding field of English language teaching and how S-TESL can prepare you. What about you? You are probably considering teaching English because you enjoy working with people and are curious about the world. Perhaps you are already an experienced teacher and are looking to further your education and credentials. People from many different backgrounds choose to study at S-TESL to further their professional goals. If you are ready for TESOL training, I assume it's because you do not agree with this statement that simply being a native speaker qualifies you to be a teacher. Teaching English does require more than fluency in the language. Being a well-prepared and successful English language teacher requires knowing more about the English language. It also requires an understanding of your students' needs and the ability to meet those needs with effective teaching strategies. As I said, we have students who have different goals. Our curriculum provides a foundation of established knowledge and practices that can be applied to adults and young learners in the U.S. and overseas. Our varied student body means that you are learning not only from your teacher educators, but also from each other. If you have done some research online, you have discovered that there are many acronyms out there. The types of qualifications and requirements for employment vary considerably, and it can be quite confusing. It is important to know that there is no single international governing body for our field. Here, we use the acronym TESOL, Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, because it is an umbrella term that encompasses both TESOL, Teaching English as a Second Language, and TEFL, Teaching English as a Foreign Language. Internationally, there are common practices for hiring, but standards vary from one country or region to another. If you are looking for overseas employment, you will see that employers require a certificate that reflects 120 hours of coursework, which ours does. What is important to remember is that there is no one standard label for training, so you need to know more about a program than just the name. Understanding accreditation is an important element. In the United States, independent regional accrediting bodies review colleges and universities. S-TESL's partnership with Seattle Pacific University assures that our program meets those accreditation requirements. A university-issued certificate means you have met specific academic requirements, and you are earning university credit. These credits will help you move forward in your career should you decide to continue on to graduate school. At S-TESL, a bachelor's degree is required for admission to our program. Students can take classes to earn TESOL certificates to prepare to teach in adult education in the U.S. or to teach overseas. The ELL and bilingual endorsements provide Washington State public school teachers with the credentials to become specialists. Up to 12 credits earned in S-TESL classes can also be applied to graduate programs at Seattle Pacific University. Our program provides many options for you. Why choose to study at S-TESL? Well, we have been training teachers since 1985 and have a proven program. We want our students to be well prepared for the classroom and for being a professional. We provide employment advising and networking for our alumni via a variety of resources. And you have options for future growth should you decide to continue on in your education. The School of Teaching ESL is an established program that is passionate about our profession. We prepare people to teach in a variety of settings because we know our students need to be flexible. Teaching English requires specific knowledge about how people best learn languages. We prepare you to know why you are doing what you are doing in your class so that you can make informed decisions and adjust according to your setting. We feel strongly about preparing teachers to have the practical skills they need in language classrooms. We have developed our own pedagogical framework, facilitative language teaching, that provides you with a cohesive framework to guide you as you prepare your own classes. Our project-based program provides you opportunities to collaborate and innovate. S-TESL graduates are confident about creating their own materials. We also recognize that English language teachers may need to help serve students in ways beyond language teaching. We believe that learning and teaching are lifelong. S-TESL alumni have gone on to be leaders in their professional communities. Let's look at the different levels or types of training. The first certificate requires a total of 4 classes. We are on the university quarter system, and each class is 3 credits. The 12-credit certificate has 2 required classes, Foundations and Grammar, 2 elective classes, and 6 hours of field experience. Additional options include the Advanced Certificate, Endorsements, and/or graduate programs. It's best to discuss your particular situation with an S-TESL advisor to help you know what level of training you need to meet your goals. Regardless of format, you can be sure that all of our classes will provide you with a sound theoretical foundation and with a framework for applying that foundation. Our program is project-based, and you will leave with many useful materials for your English language classes. Our teacher educators are experienced teachers who all have advanced degrees in the field. They are also specifically trained to teach in our program and know how to demonstrate best practices in teaching English. They walk the talk. Many have published books or presented at state and national conferences. Some teach in adult education or in K-12 education. All are leaders who are dedicated to providing a professional and dynamic educational experience for our students. Here you can see the various schedule options for completing your program, whether it is a TESOL certificate or an endorsement. We have day-intensive, evening, and online classes. The best format for you is the one that allows you to be a successful student. For some people, this means plunging into full-time study in the 4-week intensive. For others, this means taking evening or online classes to have greater flexibility. Our day-intensive classes and evening classes are held here in our North Seattle location. Are you thinking about the 4-week intensive format? This schedule works well for people who like a fast-paced program and understand that it is a full-time job with homework. If you are working and have other time constraints, the evening format may suit you well. Classes meet once a week for 9 weeks. Online classes provide the most flexibility, but they are not self-paced. You can still expect 3 to 6 hours of homework per week, with weekly due dates for assignments and frequent interaction with your instructor. In the online classes, you are required to be involved with an English language class. This may be a class you volunteer in as a teacher assistant, or it may be your own classroom. All S-TESL students are required to gain experience in an English language classroom. How you meet this requirement depends on whether you study in the day-intensive, evening, or online classes. Having practical application in a live classroom will help you apply what you are learning. We have our own adult evening ESOL class here. Students who study in the 4-week intensive format are required to teach in this class for 6 hours. As you can see, an S-TESL graduate leaves our program with knowledge, skills, resources, and a community. In addition, S-TESL helps you prepare for employment in a variety of ways. Our students feel well supported in their next steps with our employment seminar, advising, and ongoing professional development opportunities. S-TESL graduates stand out in the field. What about the job market? The field has grown substantially in the U.S. and overseas. Your ability to find a job will depend on your specific goals and your previous educational and work background. You should discuss your goals with S-TESL before you begin the program. Let's look more closely at different employment options. The job market around the world is very strong, and about half of our students intend to work overseas in the near future. Most positions are one-year contracts. Demand is highest in Asia, but we have tracked our students to over 50 different countries. People who have a valid public school teaching certificate may be interested in the Washington State ELL or bilingual endorsement to be qualified as a specialist in a public school setting. S-TESL does not have an initial teacher certificate program, but we do have the endorsement programs. The Puget Sound is typical of many areas of the country where there is a well-educated workforce. Our graduates with a BA plus our TESOL certificate are typically able to find work in adult education in community-based organizations teaching immigrants. Other opportunities exist teaching international students in private language schools. Community colleges generally require a master's degree. The local market has been strong, although you may have to expect to begin as a volunteer or as a part-time teacher. Networking is very important to helping you find employment, and S-TESL's field experience and classroom requirements get you started. Here are some suggestions for steps you can take to help you learn more about the field. Visiting classrooms, looking at specific employment websites, and talking to someone at S-TESL can help you gather information to make your decision. We look forward to hearing from you. Visit our website, follow us on Facebook or Twitter, or call us or email us. Thank you for your interest.